Hello and welcome to your gathering. The Learning Community for Person-Centered Practices is connected to a number of gatherings around the world that happen periodically in states and provinces and other geographical areas or through collaboration with various organizations, all for the purposes of sharing what you know and learning from others. So enjoy. My name is Michael Steinbrook, and I am the Executive Director of the Learning Community for Person-Centered Practices. We are a nonprofit organization, and we are a community of practice, just like it sounds. I work part-time. I have a full-time job, so I just spend a little time, evenings, weekends, working as an independent contractor to administer the community of practice. So one of my jobs is to kind of share some information about our organization for those who don't know about it, and to provide some updates for those who do, and also to welcome you, because through your participation in this gathering and through your work using person-centered practices, you are a part of that community. Our shared vision is all people have positive control over the lives they have chosen for themselves. Back in 2011, we asked folks from around the world who were having gatherings to reflect on our vision for the future, and that feedback was brought into our strategic planning, and really one of our key targets that we set for 2031 is that we will be a hub of worldwide learning on person-centered practices. So we exist in many countries and in many spheres, and many people with disabilities, family members, professionals of all kinds are all doing work and connecting through the learning community. But we really want to expand that work and expand those connections worldwide. Our purpose, our mission, is to foster a global community that shares knowledge about supporting people in getting the lives they want, lives as they define them in the communities of their choice. And our focus is on people who don't have positive control or are at risk of losing positive control because of society's response to the presence of disability. On our website, TLCPCP.com, you can go there and look at our shared values around learning, respect and trust, collaboration and partnership. And we take our values very seriously, and we hope you all will too, and to use them in your work to really kind of reflect and evaluate on things that you've done to see how they align with these values, and also to use them when weighing decisions or making plans for the future. Our board, we have a 12-person board. I am the one here on the bottom, the non-voting executive director. But Michael Smull, who some of you know, is our chair. Lori Hauge from Oklahoma is our acting vice chair. Tanya Richmond, treasurer. Allison White, secretary. Then we have folks like Shay Dawson from Georgia, Lynn King from British Columbia, Julia Kenny from Louisiana, Joe Macbeth from the National Alliance for Direct Support Professionals, Michael McClellan from British Columbia, Kevin Wright, Washington, D.C., and Luz Zeneda Colazo, who is a new board member from Puerto Rico. So those are some folks that hopefully you'll get to meet at some point, or virtually or in person. So we have a website that we're constantly working on, and we invite you to come and register and become a part of that web community. It's a collaborative community. We have over 1,100 members, more than 400 of whom are person-centered thinking trainers, and we have more than 65 mentor trainers. So anyone is welcome to come and be a part of the web community. I do ask that when you go to our registration that you look at the linked documents there to review all the information that you need to provide, because it is a web community. We do ask you to share information, upload a one-page profile if you have one, and some other information, and really kind of participate in the groups that we have there. We have a number of different groups that provide information on a host of topics, so you can become a part of forums, read archived threads, lots of different things going on. Um, so some of the things that we do, we credential trainers and mentors. That includes person-centered thinking trainers and mentor trainers who are basically trained to train trainers. And same thing with plan facilitation trainers and mentor trainers. Families planning together, trainers and mentor trainers. So that is families working together to train other families around person-centered practices, as well as people planning together, which is people who experience disabilities themselves who are trained to provide training to other folks, and also have mentor trainers that work in that area as well. We have no wrong door, one-day trainers, and other focus areas within long-term services and support. So what we do is we try and provide information to those trainers that to teach, coach, and support people who use services in developing their own person-centered descriptions and plans on how they want to live, to assist families in developing descriptions with those that they love, and to support staff in having the person-centered thinking skills and tools that they need to support people the way they want and need to be supported to get the lives they want. And the lives that reflect their choices and the places they want to live and with whom they want. We One of our fundamental values is sharing learning generously, but at the same time we have to balance that with an expectation that learning is going to be used with integrity and fidelity, which means that we're not going to be chopping up the work and trying to do things in shorter amounts of time that really tap into the effectiveness of the planning that we do and the implementation that we know is necessary to successfully help people get where they want to be in life. So we are an almost all volunteer organization. We have, I serve as executive director. We also have somebody who helps with the website. But essentially all the work and the learning that is generated and shared and the collaborative work that happens necessarily happens within our body of volunteers worldwide. So we don't want to change that. We think people with disabilities and their families and professionals need to work collaboratively as we do when we plan. We also need to do that as we sort of coexist and co-create as a community to both create materials, training materials, and other resources, and also determine what the credentialing criteria, what does it take to use these materials with integrity and to use them with fidelity, to stay true to the principles of person-centered practice that underlie our work. So if you want to get involved with the learning community, please talk to your gathering organizers. I know Lori Hauge and others can help you learn more about the opportunities that we have, ways that you can contribute. You can come to the website and learn more about who our committee chairs and board liaisons are, and you certainly can contact me anytime. Michael Steinbrook at TLCPCP@gmail.com. And so ask how you can support the learning community or volunteer on one of our committees or serve in some other capacity where you may have an idea. Some of the committees, just so you can see, things around finance or scholarship, ways to help people with disabilities who are leaders in our field become part of the community and come to gatherings and to share in the generating different products and resources and curricula. Same thing with families and other folks. The Portland gathering is a kind of a key gathering for us because it's a time when we come together for our strategic planning and our board retreat. But we also have people work on just helping support people to have gatherings in different places, regional gatherings, provincial, statewide, organizational, whatever kind of works in the places where folks are. We develop materials in our materials development committee, credential trainers on the credentialing committee. We have a focus around families, technology, social media, global outreach, policy and procedures. You'll notice there's not one that says self-advocates, because what we really strive to do is to make sure that there is self-advocate, or rather the involvement of leaders who experience disabilities themselves in all of this work. So that's an ongoing sort of challenge that we have to make sure that we really are, who we say we are, and we are fully inclusive in the work that we do. So if you want to get involved with the learning community, there's things like you can do, like suggest success stories to be included on the website, develop new tools to share with others, and to provide feedback on training materials. So there's something really for everyone. It's not about being in the field for decades. It's not about having a certain title. It's just about wanting to connect and to share your gifts. And we try to be a place where we can make the gifts of all the members of our community. So please like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and just enjoy your gathering and celebrate what you've done, share your learning, connect with someone new, and most of all, have fun. So take care, and thank you for giving me and the learning community an opportunity just to kind of chat a little bit with you, and go forth. Take care.